you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
April the 4th. What is up, Brigade? How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault, with you live on YouTube and on Twitter. Sports Grid, how are you? Mr. Sharapan, we got a lot to get to today. Your Pirates beat my Red Sox last night. How are you?
Funny, that part wasn't in the rundown.
It is later in the show.
I didn't see it. I missed
it.
There. I was getting texts last night with people that haven't watched or even name one Pirate other than Andrew McCutcheon rooting for the Pirates so they could come in here today and remind you that the Red Sox lost. It's unbelievable what you've done to people. I can't believe it. First and foremost, happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
For a lot of people. Sent that thing on Twitter. We saw, and apparently we have a video that Farra has from some people. I don't know if you're aware of this, but he kind of.
I was not.
Yes. I haven't seen this thing.
On behalf of the BBB Brigade, we would like to wish the Bostonian, a.k.a. Matt Perrault, a very happy birthday. Hope it's a great day and you cash some fucking tickets, bro. Happy birthday.
Whoa,
Matt Perrault, happy birthday. Thank you for all that you do for the BBB community, and it's really cool that you're back on the juice. Hope you had a really good year, and I hope this year is even better. I picked you out a gift. I didn't have a chance to wrap it, though, but
Detroit at
that's
Montreal.
your gift.
That's my gift? I don't understand.
First period. Gift.
Oh, a gift.
Happy birthday.
Chef Benny.
Ball fan Dan here.
up,
Matt,
Ball?
just want to say happy birthday. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the juice. Thank you for the BBB. Hope you love the day, enjoy the day, and celebrate it wisely, brother. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Go Vols.
Matt, Mikey Austin here. Wishing you a very happy birthday. Thank you for all you do for us and the community.
Thank you.
And here's to many more trips around the sun.
I've had zero sleep, but I did wake up to wish Dr. Matthew Perrault, Esquire, a happy birthday. I couldn't rock a Yankee hat today. We are going to play Rockies over 7.5 in honor of you being born.
Oh, I like it. 4477. I love it.
Just kidding. Happy birthday, Matt.
That was the end with the Yankee hat. My God, Tyler. Come on, dude.
He knows.
Thank you, you guys. I mean, that's amazing. I really appreciate it. The Twitter video got me all of my emotions this morning. I was one of the first things I watched, and I was like, I was going to come in here and do something kind of crazy and wonky. And then I was like, you know what? You guys are, nah, we're just going to come in and say thanks. That was awesome. I really appreciate that a lot. Really appreciate you guys more than you guys really understand, but it's a special thing. The show is special. And you guys would be willing to do that. And take the time to put that together. I'm not sure who finalized the editing, but thank you. And let's get that Detroit Montreal gift. Why not? Let's go.
Right.
We'll hit that. So we got but everyone's mad because I'm saying Bedard lay. They get mad at me. They're like, you can't say the D. It's just Bedard lay. That's it. There's no D.
I mean, they're right, but you don't listen, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. I learned something about active listening versus passive listening. Somebody explained this to me. When you actively listen to someone, you actually listen to what they're saying. When you passively listen, you pretend to listen.
This is not a good thing for you. This is not a good thing for you because you may be the king of that.
This is I listen to every word you say.
You may be the king of passivity. Remember, I'm the one who fell asleep on the phone once behind this.
Yeah, I mean, I did because you were blabbing about nothing.
Who is active listening? Who is passive listening is an awesome thing for you. That's great.
Yes, because you're the king of the passive listen right here. But that's fine.
No, I'm not. I'm the king of listening and determining whatever I want to do. I hear you. I just choose not to listen or do it. So it's not. I actively listen, but I also actively decide to do what I want.
Oh God.
So there's two different,
This
like,
is how it's going to go. It's your birthday, so I'm not going to say anything.
you
Go
can
ahead,
say all you
continue.
want. That's just how it's how I've lived my life. I perceive way more than people think. I observe way more than people realize. I just do my own thing. I always have.
All right.
So see it, hear it, learn it, store it, and do what I want.
It's ironic right now that more people are coming in right now because we start at 10:30-ish every day.
Right.
We've tripled the amount of people that just got here to watch us right now do the
Yep.
show. And again, thank you to all of you for coming. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and call someone who you think might want to sponsor the show at some point
Cool.
because we're taking all the calls, which is
We
why
sure
we
are.
started a little bit early today because we have a call. That's why we started early today. So
At
you
noon
guys,
Pacific. Yep.
yes,
gotta
understand that
whistle.
we're going to have a hard out in exactly an hour and 30 minutes from right now.
Yes.
So get to the rundown, sir.
Yes.
birthday.
UConn 6-0 straight up. 6-0 ATS. Will you remember this run, or was this a boring tournament?
Well, I mean, I'll remember it because, God, this is lap number 1 today of all the people that had them in the futures and that had bet them every day and had them every game and just collecting all the wins and stuff. I'll remember it for that. But as far as the games, like, I don't know if I'll remember much of this. Will you?
No.
Yeah,
This
I
was
don't
a
know.
generally unmemorable. I mean, it was interesting listening to some of the commentary after the game, and Jeff Goodman, who's been covering basketball for a real long time, I've known him for a long time, and made a comment that I found to be pretty interesting. He said, "We're going to look back on this UConn team and be amazed that they won the championship because not one single player on that roster will play in the NBA."
Not
Yeah.
one?
Not one player on that roster. He said, "There's not a single player on that UConn roster that will play in the NBA." I was like, whoa. I was like, okay. But that's what he said.
No-go
That
won't play in the NBA?
too small. Yeah, too small, too undersized, not skilled enough, can't shoot from the outside consistently enough. But I mean, it's wild because you think
Wow.
about it and you're like, not in the 7-footer. He's like, no, he's like, not really. He's like, there's just nobody there. That the collective group of UConn was so dominant, but they don't have a dominant player. And maybe that's why they were so tough to beat, because you couldn't just stop one guy. They
Huh.
were all good.
I don't know if I agree with that either, but
I mean, they won every game by double digits.
right. Like, I can't believe that no one in the NBA, I mean, like, because there's so many good teams in the NBA that can't use kids that can play.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. I just know that, like, I mean, it was over early yesterday, wasn't it? Like, I mean, by halftime, I was like, yeah, I'm more interested in watching the Pirates and the Red Sox and see the way it
Right.
ends. And
Right.
I was trying to keep an eye on the Knights and the Wild, you know,
Great
because
game.
that was a hell of a hockey game. I was like,
Yeah.
this is a wrap.
Yeah, it was not competitive. I mean, they got it down to 5, but it never was. It never felt like UConn was in any jeopardy of losing the game. They were in
San
control.
Diego State made a run a little bit late the second half,
Yeah,
right? Like
to 5. They got to 5. That was the lowest they got it down
with
to.
6 minutes left or something. And I thought, huh, maybe cover. And then boom, out of the timeout, score, stop, the double digits again, over, done, wrap.
Yeah.
and they recovered.
The answer to the trivia question is one that I never would have had. If you had asked me what college basketball program has won the most national championships in the last 25 years, I would have gone through a long list before I got to UConn.
Not Duke, not North Carolina,
Not Kansas,
not Kansas, not Kentucky.
not Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, you could
UConn.
name, right? Yeah.
5 championships in the last 25 years for UConn.
What's the next number?
3.
Oh, that's great. 5 in the last 25 years, and how many teams at 3?
3, I believe.
Oh, is Duke one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Is North Carolina one of them?
I think so.
Okay.
But it is another reminder of the absolutely ridiculous New England sports run in the last 25 years.
You've lumped?
I mean, I don't want to claim Connecticut, but they're in New England. Connecticut is in New England. There's no
know
debating
what
it.
you've done on this show for just a little over a year.
I've trashed the state. I want to get rid of the state. I want to make it 49 states. I would eliminate Connecticut, but I don't have that power. So technically, the states of New England include Connecticut. So you have to look at the last 25 years of sports wins in New England, and it's dumb. Connecticut's part of it.
I know, but you've scorched the earth with Connecticut.
I'm just saying, I don't want to claim it. Facts are facts. Is Connecticut part of New England? The answer is yes.
Yes, it is.
New England sports have been ridiculous in the last 25 years. The number of championships is dumb. Add in college hockey. It's dumb. BU's going for another one. They're in their Frozen Four.
They are.
I mean, it's just dumb. The number of titles that have been won in the college and pro ranks from teams from New England, and UConn is part of it. So I was like, oh, there we go. Another team from New England.
Responsible for a lot of those, I guess. But
Who?
Man, the Patriots.
Yeah, well, Patriots are right. They're for 6. Red Sox for 4. Bruins for 1. Celtics for 1. UConn women have a ton. UConn men have a ton.
Forgot about the UConn women. Yeah.
BC, BU hockey have a bunch. UMass, my school has 1.
UMass
hockey, yeah. Cal McCar's last year.
Oh.
Won the Natty.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. So it's a lot. Just another reminder. Number of W's and rings. So, okay. We had the gift on the video. Gifts went 3 for 3 last night.
Yes, they did.
As we head towards
so that
the
parlay
final,
we did at the end of the show hit then?
Ding.
Okay.
Plus 178.
Okay.
That was, and then if you added the 3, you mentioned, what if you do all 3? I didn't do all 3. I just did 2. You said, what about all 3?
Right.
That was like a 5-1. That cashed.
Oh.
So you could have done all 3. Now, the Golden Knights goal taught me a lesson because the books say a gift is 9 minutes and 59 seconds. A goal.
All books are doing this?
That's what 10 minutes is. Yes.
10 minutes isn't 10 minutes? If it's exactly 10, what happened?
It wasn't exact. It was, I don't know. It wasn't exactly 10 though, because DraftKings and the book I bet it at, they do 9 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yeah, it's goal in the first 10 minutes. Right. So when it's reported, it's scored at 9:59 of the first period.
Green check mark.
Yes.
Vegas scored with 9 minutes and 59 seconds gone.
Right.
That's a name. I mean, that's it was
with 1 second remaining that it needed to. Yeah, that's what time the goal was credited.
Yes. That's 10 minutes and 10:01 on the clock.
Yeah.
That's insanity. So I was like, I was scrambling to figure out. I was like, wait, is that bet? Can I cash? I was like, hold on a second. It was 10:01. That cashes, right? That cashes. It was like, yes, it cashed. It was like, okay, good. So, but I've never had it land on 10:01 before for a gift. So that came in. And then we got an easy on the other end. It was an easy W, 4 minutes in, goal on the other leg. And then the middle game scored quickly too. I think it was like 5 minutes in for the middle game. So all 3 hit. What do you make of teams that don't care anymore giving up early goals the next week?
The next week? What do you mean?
Because teams are just out of it, right? There's so many teams.
This next week, you mean?
Yes. That's next 7 days. There's so many teams that are going to be eliminated or have been eliminated that are simply planning their their Cancun vacations, that goals in the first 10 minutes might be hitting more consistently.
I mean, I don't know if we can make a blanket statement like that, but I think you have to be aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to. I mean, you see it, right?
I think there's a reverse too. I think there's an inverse reaction to it as well.
What?
When you have 2 teams playing for playoff rankings, or they're going to see each other in the playoffs, the no comes into play.
Oh, definitely.
For no goals first 10 minutes.
Oh, trying to navigate the last week of the NHL regular season, I think it's harder when the teams are in the playoffs and already know the matchup. Try to figure out the Tampa Bay games this week.
What their mentality is going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, stay alive. That's all. I mean, you're trying to finish out the season if you're playing and you're trying your best. I mean, you have to play. You can't play hockey half-assed ever, but you're playing to play in the playoffs.
Right.
So what do we do? Basically, stay alive and don't get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's true. I mean, Marchand got nicked up at the end of the game against St. Louis, and it was like, oh no. And he came back on the ice. He was okay, but it was like everyone was holding their breath for a little bit. Took a slap shot off his foot, and he was hobbling off. And it's like, no, he did not just break his foot. Like, please no. But he was luckily okay. But yeah, it's definitely difficult to know when the matchups are already set. Equally, though, when you have a team playing for something versus a team that's playing for nothing, how does that game go? Like last night was pretty obvious. St. Louis, the Arizona Coyotes absolutely have quit. Said it last night, said yesterday on the show, they lost 8-1. Like they've quit. The Coyotes are done. They want to go to the Kraken. 8-1 to the Kraken. Yes.
I mean,
who play them 2 more times, by the way. There's 2 more matchups in the next 5 games.
Are the Kraken officially in the playoffs?
No, not even close.
That's outstanding for them.
Outstanding for them.
2 more games against them. That's great.
And it's puck line. Last night, puck line. I mean, I was stunned. It was -120. The next game they play is going to be like -160 on the puck line. It's just they're punting, and they know Arizona's punting.
Addison just came in the chat and with a great question. 3 of today's goalies are Marilianen, Graves, and Primo. Guess their respective teams. I don't have a clue who either one, any team of any of those guys.
Nope. These are AHL guys coming up. I have no idea.
Holy crap.
The Kraken have 92 points. The Jets have 89 points. Calgary, 87 points.
Comes Calgary.
So you got to win.
2 of those 3 are making it.
2 of those 3 Nashville is technically alive, but not really. They have 84 points.
Perrault. Oh, Perry. Speaking of Perrault, he just came in talking about how this is like September baseball when baseball teams call up guys, teams that aren't in it. That's what they do. But Perrault was texting with me last night about Calgary. Said it's going to be a dangerous team if they get in. Don't let Calgary in.
Fair.
He's
Markstrom's
right.
playing better in net.
Yeah.
Won 4 games in a row. They're 6-2-2 over their last 10 games. And they are, it's really wild the way some of these teams have played. Calgary has 15 overtime losses this season.
Yeah, that's brutal.
15. If they win half of those games, they're in the playoffs.
Easy.
So
right? Yeah, it's 7 points like to them.
So 3-on-3 hockey,
losses,
they suck at that, and they suck at shootouts. So
right?
It's just sort of a bummer deal for them. But that leads the entire NHL in losses in overtime. Tied with the Sharks. Sharks at 15 now.
Somebody remind me at 11 o'clock Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern. I want to make an announcement just real quick about the show and stuff that I just noticed. So just remind me. I don't want to do it right now. I want to do it at 11 o'clock. Just remind me. Somebody say, Dave, say what you were going to say.
Am I aware of this announcement you're making?
Probably, but I want to say it at 11 o'clock when there's more people here.
So to baseball real quick.
Yep.
We'll get back to hockey in a second.
Baseball. We're going to switch. I'm going to put on every single one of the Pirate hats that I have today just because they won against the Red Sox yesterday.
So overs went 13-1-1 yesterday.
Yeah, 13-1-1. If you did not hit an overs yesterday, an over parlay yesterday, if you had that one game that went under, the day off.
Well, I told you, I didn't bet it, but I told you yesterday, the one over I asked you on the show about was the Rangers and the Orioles, and that game was the one that didn't go under. I wanted to bet over in that game, and that game went under.
And Bradish got knocked out of the game with a comebacker. So that was all Oriole bullpen. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
so the likelihood of it going under was even more.
So there's 2 things to talk about with yesterday. Yesterday, there were 53 home runs hit in the single day. That is the second highest number of home runs hit before May in Major League Baseball history. 53. after the Red Sox game, in which more home runs were flying out of Fenway Park, Alex Cora was asked, what's going on? His answer, this is different, man. I've never seen anything like this so early in this season. The ball is flying here.
Yeah. I have this from MLB Network Research Department. The Red Sox first 4 games have featured a total of 18 home runs, 63 runs scored. That's the most runs scored through 4 games in the history of the ballpark, which opened in 1912. Okay? That's number 1 nugget. Number 2 nugget, the Red Sox rotation has allowed 22 earned runs and 10 homers in 15 and a third combined innings this season. That's the rotation. That's a 12.91 ERA. The ERA and homers allowed are the worst in the majors. Just want to put that out there. That's a lot of homers. That's not a good start.
It's going to be a long summer. My gosh. That's just...
It's cold and shitty up there right now.
Right. What happens when it warms up? I mean, the balls are juiced. There's no way. They have to be. I mean, the balls have got to be, they've got to have it's something to do with the baseball. I'm going to go back to that theory again.
And then,
53 home runs it's April 3rd. 53 home runs.
Today's the 4th.
Well, yesterday was the 3rd, though.
Well, I know. Yeah. Well, they started on March 30th, but I mean, it's 4 days.
No, but yesterday was 53. And one day was the 3rd highest before May in the history of the game.
It's
57 was the record.
Just so I'm not being Red Sox anti or biased.
That's fine. It's true.
The Pirates starting staff has allowed 8 homers so far, which is the 2nd worst in Major League
today
Baseball.
again.
And the total went down. It was 9.5 yesterday. It's 9 today. What are we doing?
I don't know. We'll get to it later in baseball, but that's yesterday was crazy. Yesterday was, and there could be today is Ace Day, so there could be a flip.
Yeah, they're back. A lot of them are back in the
aces are aces are going today, so could be a flip. Could be all unders today versus all overs yesterday because it was back into the rotation. Now we're back to the top of the rotation for many of these teams with their aces on the mound.
Listen, the 4s and 5s days we got to pay more attention to
right now. Yeah,
when it's the 4s and the 5s all season for sure early, because they're going to change. Like the 4s and the 5s in the rotation today aren't going to be the 4s and the 5s in the rotation in a month, most likely.
Right.
But we got to pay attention on 4s and 5s days because holy shit, we're going to have to pick overs. I mean, there's going to be a lot of
bad pitchers, some bad teams with bad back end of the rotation. Red Sox and the Pirates being 2 of them. So you mentioned this a couple of days ago, may have been yesterday or Monday, about the fact that there was a tweet that came out about Texas, Florida, and California not going legal until 2026 or beyond. Yesterday, article came out in Texas that kind of proved this point, that it even discredited my thought that Texas was going to go at some point. The lieutenant governor, and this is not to get into the weeds of how things go in the Texas legislature, but the lieutenant governor has a lot of power as to which bill gets voted on and which bills do not get voted on.
And this guy's name is Dan Patrick, right?
Correct.
But it ain't the Dan Patrick that does the TV show.
It is not that Dan Patrick, no.
Okay, just to clarify for people that confused that there's only one Dan Patrick in the whole United States, and he does a show.
He's the powerful presiding officer of the Senate. So he
in
Texas, he has a ton of control as to what just goes to a vote. So if he doesn't like something, he just says, "We're not voting on it, guys. Move on to something else." And there was some thought that he was being either bought off or convinced that maybe there should be. He has since dug in again and said that there is lack of support for any proposal in Texas and that he does not see a need to debate it or vote on it.
Package didn't get delivered.
Or not in the size he was hoping for. So
Yeah.
maybe he got it and it came with that envelope was a little light and he was like,
Or
I'm not doing it.
I mean, that's probably, I mean, that's one reality of it. The other reality is they keep looking at the numbers and going, what are we doing here? What are we doing? If we're going to do this, make sure we do it right. Otherwise, we're not doing it.
But it's not just sports betting though, Dave. It's casinos too. It's all of it. So you can't say casinos don't make money. I mean,
there's certain ones that do. There's certain ones that are money pits. How a casino, literally a truck stop casino in Texas, will make zillions of dollars.
right. So that's my point. Like
They got to just make sure they give it to the right person.
right. And Sands is pushing this. So you have obviously a Las Vegas based company that is very much interested in making this happen, but they've already invested millions in PR in hiring people to be the spokesperson, to go out there and glad hand and issue press releases and try to convince and kiss babies, if you will. And it's got a long way to go. And if Dan Patrick doesn't have an appetite for the bill, either bill, whether it be casinos or sports betting, if neither one, and it passed, the reason why it's news is because it got through the House. So there's an expanded gambling provision that got through the House yesterday, but the Senate is not going to touch it. And if they don't touch it, then you would need to vote in different members in that Senate, which takes a long time to get them to wanting to clear both gambling and casinos, sports betting and casinos in Texas. Happiest people on the planet today are New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Louisiana.
Yeah, because a lot of people from Texas go to those places to go to casinos, right?
There's casinos literally right across the border.
Right, yeah,
right
on the border, yeah.
Louisiana's got it, Lake Charles. Oklahoma's got it with WinStar, and New Mexico's got it. I forget the name of the casino on that side in New Mexico. There's a casino right over in West Texas, in New Mexico.
I mean, I don't know. I can do a bunch of different accents. I'll get a Texas accent. I'll go shake hands and kiss babies and whatever they got to do. You understand though, and people know here that watch our show, like we're not about bullshit. Like the reality is that a lot of good and bad come with saying, yes, we're going to open casinos. And a lot of casinos lie about one, how much money they make, two, how much money they bring in, three, how much money they take from people that probably don't have the money to gamble.
Fair.
Four, how many jobs they create. I mean, how much, some jobs are good, some jobs aren't. I mean, there's a lot of things that come with it. The tax money that they should pay and don't, or pay not enough. I don't know what the answer is, but I know that if they want to make it happen, I think they will, right?
I don't know. I mean, there's a very large, powerful religious lobbying going on that keep it away. That there's still people in Texas that still firmly believe that gambling is wrong and that gambling should not happen. And so
does that exist only in Texas? Like, do they have to get past that in other states too? Like you talked about,
Alabama, Georgia. Like, these are all
okay.
southern states that are going to have powerful wings. I mean, Dan Patrick has referenced the Bible with why he thinks he's against gambling. Like, he's talked about this openly. I mean, this is a state that right now is debating whether or not they're going to force public schools to put the 10 Commandments in every schoolroom in Texas. So there's still a very large, like, religious wing. Separation of church and state is sort of a blurry line in Texas. So that's a big part of why this thing is being pushed and why this thing is being pushed back against. But the people it's sort of like the way that when Nebraska and Iowa, you had everyone in Nebraska saying like, well, those people who want to gamble can go to Iowa and we're keeping Nebraska free of gambling. Same thing in Texas. It's like, oh, if you want to go do it, you can go and do it. Just you're not doing it in my backyard. Now Nebraska has woken up and realized that was moronic, and now they have a casino and sports betting. So that's changed. But that's still very much still in play in Texas. And I'll be very curious to see, the governor of Texas I think the lieutenant governor is voted on separately than the governor, because the governor, Greg Abbott, wants to run for president. So if he were to win the
President of the
presidency,
United States.
yes.
Oh,
So if he were to win the presidency, then I don't know if Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick becomes the governor, and that takes him he has less power over the Senate when that happens. So maybe that's kind of a way, but again, that's 2024, and that's, years away from now. That's not like tomorrow. So
the convoluted bullshit that you got to go through to get to just have the discussion. And then once you have the discussion, you got to make sure all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, all the envelopes are dropped off, all the suitcases are delivered, and everybody's in the positions that they need to be in to make sure that anyone that might ask any questions don't have a forum to do it. It's amazing. The whole process is unfucking believable to me.
In the second most populous state in America.
Right. Which is between there, Florida, and California, gigantic states as far as
Georgia is 30% of the entire population of America.
Right. With the future of like the sports gambling aspect of it, which we're talking about. The casinos is a whole different story.
Mm-hmm.
But
California has casinos. So
right.
I don't think Georgia does. I don't think Georgia has casinos. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that they do. We know that California does, Texas does not, and Florida does. Texas is the only one that has zero. They don't have casinos, nor do they have sports betting.
Meanwhile, they got the biggest sports bettors in the country live in Texas. Don't ask me how I know that. But
deepest pockets. It's known. The oil tycoons in Houston, it's known. Like the biggest whales. I think Mattress Mac just fell off a turnip truck. I mean, come on now.
He's a furniture guy.
I know, but it's still the same. Like he runs with the same. Those are the guys he runs with. I mean, it's the same type of people he's rubbing elbows with. He can just figure out the sports betting thing. He's been doing it. He's around the people who've been doing it forever. His customers are the ones he's dropping off the furniture to.
Right.
So, and they're all liquid. and they play fast and loose, and they come here. Some of the biggest high rollers in Vegas are the oil tycoons who come in.
They like to play. They like to play. Let's put it that way.
So speaking of liking to play, you have said on this show that in order to lose money on the Super Bowl, something had to have gone incredibly wrong.
Right.
Colorado lost money on the Super Bowl. They lost money. How did this happen? How did Colorado lose money on the Super Bowl?
This was the only thing I did not click. I did not click this article. So explain this to me.
Okay. So
explain this to me. Hold on. I'm going to have to get the fucking glasses on for this. Hold on.
I'll read this to you and the audience.
Okay.
The Colorado Department of Revenue reported on Monday.
Yes.
That the gross operating sports wagering revenue for the month of football on pro football was $3.8 million in the red.
What was the handle? They lost almost $4 million.
This is not what they thought. A minus 13.8% hold on football this February.
Oh,
I mean,
damn.
Colorado had $425 million in handle in February. In total.
Football?
No, in total on everything. February on everything.
Oh, they do a lot of that ping pong handle up there in Colorado.
27.6 million handle for all pro football wagering in February was down 12.1% from last year.
Probably because they were betting that ping pong. But go ahead. Go ahead.
How does this happen? They lost $3.7 million on the NFL in February. There's only one game that gets played in February. That's the Super Bowl.
I mean, because on your birthday, you are a meteorologist, you are a lawyer, you sometimes play a doctor on the show, a lot of other things. Your geography lesson of the day. Does Colorado border Kansas City? Kansas at all?
No.
Kansas and Colorado touch? Like, could that have been all Chiefs fans driving over and betting the Chiefs?
They're Denver Bronco fans. They're not Chief fans.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody knew the Broncos were dead.
Right,
Like,
but so Bronco fans are going to want to bet the Chiefs, their arch rival?
listen, people bet people to win. They don't give a shit
Okay.
about being a fan.
All right,
I'm
so
just
maybe they
trying to
all
figure out at
how
some
they
point
how they lost
how,
3.7, how they lost it. I don't know.
like, like I'm again. We need to know this before the game is played. We might go like, listen. There's a button on a lot of systems. It's
Okay.
called an if when button. I believe it's what I can't remember. If when if this when this wins, this is
Okay.
what the result is. You can see it ahead of time. You always know the figure if you're
Oh,
paying attention
wow.
in the book. Yeah.
So they would have been aware that a Chief win and cover would have cost them 3.7 million.
I would think so, but again, maybe
Ah.
I'm too advanced. I don't know. A lot of these new people with these new systems and these new things, sometimes they pretend like they don't have that. They tell you,
Oh.
"Oh, we don't do that." You guys should know. And when they tell you that when you're an old school guy, you already know anyway because you had to chart it on a
Oh, okay.
chart. There's different ways to do it. I learned it from people who were doing it on fucking napkins and had to keep charts and all this other stuff. So,
Napkins.
yeah, literally. Yeah, like literally pieces of paper, scratch pieces of paper. If this loses, we blow this. Oh, well, move the line. Move the damn number.
The February 23 performance was the best yet for the public in terms of money won in a month.
Wow.
I don't know how they got
What
killed.
are they doing?
They got killed on
I mean,
the
a
Super
game
Bowl.
went over.
Yep.
They
And
didn't
the
take
Chiefs
no
won.
under bets. I mean, like, did they take all Chiefs bets? They didn't get no Eagles bets? Did they have a big future liability? What
Well,
in
that
the
yeah,
fuck happened?
future came in too, but like, right, people can't figure that out. How did you lose that much money?
I
Like
don't know.
it put you in
The
a bad
announcement's
spot for
coming
the
right
year.
after this. The announcement's coming right after this story.
Okay.
So the people in the chat, thank you guys for reminding me. I appreciate you guys all.
Farra did too.
Thank you, Farra.
He's on that
Appreciate it.
too.
Yes, thank you.
So
I don't know, man. Like this is gonna require a phone call. I already know who I'm calling to have this explained to me because
okay.
listen, there's times that like every day I'm learning something new in this business. I'm talking to different people. I will get to the bottom of this. Hopefully, I have an answer for you tomorrow.
This is a lot of money.
That's you would think, right?
This is a lot of money.
You
This
would
is
fucking think like somebody would have to go. Listen, well, he got to go. Like we fucking somebody hit grade at the end of the Super Bowl, put the final score in, and went, "What the fuck?
we lost how much money? Yep.
Did you guys know? You did know? You didn't tell anybody?"
It's not broken out per book as to who lost the most. We just know the overall reporting. So maybe some books lost less than others, or some books won and some books lost. But overall, the state reported a $3.8 million loss on pro football in February.
The Las Vegas sports books have lost one Super Bowl in the last like 30 years. And it was when the Giants beat the Patriots in the first
Right.
one because nobody fucking saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
They took all the dog bets. And it wasn't like they lost a lot.
Right.
You take future bets now for a year. You start the day with at least a $500,000 head start. Unless you're in a place that don't nobody, bet the futures. I don't know. But my God, that's a big number.
So there you go.
What the hell?
Announcement time. I have no idea what you're going to say. What's the announcement?
No, I just noticed, and I haven't looked on the YouTube channel, but have we reached 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube
Really?
channel? Yes. The brigade has told me via a couple DMs here and text that we've reached 1,000 subscribers. Is that even possible? Because we only had like 700 a few days ago. Is that possible? Because if it's so, I want to announce it.
I'm looking literally right now. I'm looking
Yeah.
to see what
Yeah.
we have for number of subscribers. 1,001. Holy mother, guys. On my birthday. How about that?
That's your birthday present
That's
right
my
there.
birthday present right there.
That's what I'm fucking talking about
We
right
got to
there.
1,000. How about that?
I don't know how that happened.
That's like 400. And I mean, it's weird because I was looking on the email, the askthebvb@gmail.com, the email address you guys can send us. That has a little notification thing on it that tells you when everyone subscribes. So like on the top of the email on Gmail, it says, BY whatever has subscribed to your channel. And I started noticing more and more and more, but oftentimes I think that's just like a screw up algorithm. Like it's not like real, but it's real. That was real. So that's real. So I there was activity the last couple of days. There was a lot of activity the last couple of days. That's really special. That's really cool to see that. That's a nice gift, guys. That's awesome to have that happen. Phenomenal.
We've been talking about it since we kind of, veered right, always forward, never straight. I think it was right. It might have been left. I can't keep track of the direction, but when Props and us parted ways,
December, yep.
Right. We had to, basically start in January from scratch and everything.
Not basically, it was zero.
Literally zero. Okay. So we got it to 1,000 with absolutely zero marketing dollars. Only you guys and word of mouth. We cannot thank you enough. And when I saw it, I was like, wait a second, this is a pretty good deal on your birthday, 4/4, that we can remember. We actually eclipsed that first mark of 1,000, which will give us a couple of different added features and capabilities on the YouTube channel. That's fucking awesome. So that was the announcement.
Tyler, send that text to me again. He says, I guess the Colorado may have lost money in the last 3.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the regular. New Jersey, the same.
They lose money on football?
It's graded in a Super Bowl. February is a losing month because there's no other. The problem is there's one game, right? So you lose money on the game, or you break even on the game or win small, and then the futures money kicks in and it's a loss. You lose net for the month. There's nothing to make up for it. There's no parlays cards. There's no same game parlays. There's none of the other bullshit that hides a lot of the actual inability to book the games with skill at all. That is, throughout the season.
Yeah.
So Stugatz in February. We lose in football. Yeah.
How about that? Well, that's awesome, guys. I appreciate it. I'll answer all the messages on Twitter and whatnot. I appreciate you guys writing a bunch of fun stuff, and I'll try to get to everybody and reach out. But for a get to 1,000 on April the 4th is pretty special and really cool. That's
great.
That's really cool. That's a huge accomplishment here in less than 4 months to get that, because that's a number that YouTube recognizes. It unlocks a lot of different things we can do on YouTube, which is really cool.
Right.
It's sort of a number that they look at, because we had already hit, like, there were milestones, I guess, YouTube has for hours spent listening, and we've already eclipsed all of that. But in order to capitalize on what the hours spent watching meant, the subscriber number had to be over 1,000.
Right.
So that's a really nice deal.
And
that's
I mean,
very, very
unless somebody's out there doing it like with bots and tricking all
I
this
don't
other
care.
stuff, I don't know.
I don't care.
And I don't care. Honest to God, if
I know,
you're doing it, that's great. And if you're
Yes.
not, it's as organic and as real as could get.
Mhm.
And either way, thank you again.
I mean, it wasn't like we went
coming.
from like 1 to 1,000 in a week. It was 700. We just added 300 in the last week, which is really wild. But we've been pushing it a lot more aggressively than we have been in the past.
I'm
So.
just trying to tell people every day, just come and watch the show, hit the subscribe button, hit the
Yeah.
like button, and you guys are doing it.
Yep.
So when we get the sponsors, we can tell them, look
Look what we've done.
we asked people to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, and they did. We asked people to come and get involved in the show and the chat, and they do. We asked people to download the podcast, listen to it, tell someone about it, and they do. I don't know what else to tell people. People come on and do videos. They're wearing hats. We're trying to get hats out. We're doing everything we fucking can.
Yeah.
We're going to keep doing it. That's all.
Yep.
We're going to figure out a way to keep doing it. That's great news, man. I'm fired the fuck up.
That's awesome. All right, let's talk some NBA basketball. LeBron is talking
Yes.
NBA title again. I mentioned this to you yesterday a little bit. Lakers are 30-1
They
to win the NBA championship at the moment.
Yes.
LeBron, is this like Tiger talking about winning the Masters last year? Like it's just part of the DNA? Because Tiger this morning did not say what he said last year, which was, if I can't win the tournament, I'm not playing in the tournament. Or if I think I can't win the tournament, I'm not playing in the tournament. He's changed that tune this morning. Do you buy into the idea that LeBron sees a path for the Lakers to win the whole thing?
What is he going to say otherwise?
Well,
Of
we're going to
course
have
he
a
has to
tough
say
run of it. I mean, he's talking like he legitimately believes this team, and he's not really wrong. They've won 10 of 14.
He has to say that.
But they're winning. It's not like he's not wrong. They're hot.
No, no doubt. Like there's going to be people that look. There's people that I know that bet them. Like now, they're bringing in bags of money to bet them. This is a real thing. This is happening 100%. They're getting steam. They're getting bet.
How about that? 30-1.
Good luck. Good luck. Like they can win a round. I mean, they're gonna. Do they got to play Phoenix in the first round? We talked about it yesterday. Is that Phoenix?
It's absolutely physically impossible to actually figure out who's playing who. You can't. You just can't do it. There are so many games. There's too many games left to even I have an idea as to who is going to be playing whom. We need to get the teams who's in the play-in tournament, who's not. That's first. Before we talk about matchups, we got to figure out who actually is.
They want to desperately avoid that, right? Like they don't want to travel.
100%.
They don't want to play an extra game or two because,
They're
Jay
older.
Park just came in the chat and said it, which is the quiet part out loud. AD is currently thinking too much about basketball, so he will get hurt. Everybody's waiting for AD to get hurt.
Fair.
Because
but
AD
he's balling.
is the
He's
key.
balling. He's balling out. He's playing so well. The Lakers are a half a game from getting out of the play-in tournament. They're right behind the Warriors.
I mean, if they get the play-in tournament, they only got to win the first game, and then that's it. So
right,
that's
but
fine.
it's
and
an
they
extra
get the
game.
home game. It's one extra game, which is no big deal.
Anthony
I mean,
Davis.
every game they play
Yes.
is a potential Anthony
Yes.
Davis injury.
This is like juggling China
Everything.
cups, okay? It's what it is. They're up in the air, they're fine, but if you slip once, bang, and you're done.
Could you ever juggle?
I can juggle right now. I'm extremely good at juggling.
Stop.
Extremely good at it.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like I've been hired to be a clown before. I've done clown parties, swear to God, in my life.
Clip that. Whoever just heard that, you've been hired to be a clown before?
Uh-huh.
Without makeup?
Oh no,
Did
with
you
makeup.
actually? Oh, yeah.
With makeup. Oh yeah,
You don't-
full on.
Well, some would
did-
say that you pose
I
as
do
a
it now.
clown here every day. This is
But
great. This is great. They're going to have a field day with that
They
clip.
should.
You know that, right?
I will
How
provide
many
them.
things can you juggle like at the most? Because I can only do 3.
Oh, I can only do 3, but I can do objects. Like I can do different sizes. I can throw it over my head. I can do different tricks. I can do, yeah. I can do a lot.
Can you do things that are on fire?
Never tried it. Probably could, but I never tried it. Nor do I want to.
Okay, all right. No.
I don't really
Can
want
you do
to.
sharp objects?
No, I mean I've never
Okay,
done
all
anything where
right,
I could get hurt. Like I don't. I juggle objects, not knives or bowling pins and stuff like that. Like I've never tried. I could, but I never tried to do stuff like that. I've done all different sizes of balls and like, whatever size object I can juggle. Like, you give me 3 things and I can juggle it. Give me three of these and I can juggle it. And I can throw it over my head. I can do 2 at once. I can take basketballs. I can do basketballs and bounce them off my knee.
Phenomenal.
I can the 2
Literally
tricks.
find out new shit every
The 2 parlay
fucking
tricks
day
I
on
can
this
do
show.
is I can juggle really well and I can
And-
spin a basketball on every knuckle and every finger.
On your knuckles?
Yeah, I can spin a basketball on my knuckles, on my
I can
and
do it on the finger and
Yeah.
and move it from finger to finger, but you can do it on the knuckles?
and I can bounce it off my knee.
Even on
and catch-
these knuckles up here, or just
it
the
takes some
fingers?
practice to get the right one, but I have before, yes.
Wow.
But it's easier to do it like that when there's a point, but it's on your hand, you can do it. Yeah.
It's good to
So-
know if we don't get a sponsor, if things go bad, we're gonna put you out as in the world as a clown. We're gonna
I'll go down on the
kids'
strip. Yeah.
parties.
Just put
No,
a-
no, no,
put a
no,
sa-
no,
a
no, no. We're
Samus
not gonna
board
get
on.
one of them circles. No. We're gonna do kids stuff. We're gonna go do
okay.
kids parties. Yes.
Those circles when you people come to Vegas, if you see a circle, just avoid it. Like
Keep
you sit on the
walking.
ground, keep walking.
Keep walking.
It's really weird.
I mean,
It's
you
like,
can
oh,
peek.
they get mad.
You can
They
peek,
fight
but
over it.
don't stop your feet from moving.
Yeah, don't walk.
Keep
Don't
moving.
move. Yeah, they get mad. It's territorial stuff. They get all angry.
Oh.
Jazz are playing the Lakers. Lakers are laying 8.5. Utah is nearly eliminated, like we
It's
mentioned.
9.5 now. It's a wrap.
Wow, it's already steamed up. How about that? So we like the Lakers by 10 tonight?
Well, I don't know. Why in the hell is Utah playing? They are nearly eliminated, as you put
They're
in
not
the thing,
officially, but they're nearly, yeah.
eliminated, yeah.
Which is stupid because they're only a game and a half behind Oklahoma City for the last spot.
But OKC's
in the play-in tournament.
games are playing who?
OKC's got a loss on their schedule tonight. We'll get to them in a second. OKC's got a tough game.
Yeah, at Golden State, they're not going there and winning, are they?
Nope.
Tyler wants to know when is the BVB talent show? What is he even talking about?
Because I can juggle. He wants a talent show.
Oh, I wonder what his talent is.
Reading people playing poker.
He needs help today picking up bags. He had a ton of UConn futures, so I asked him if he needed help. He said no.
Here or elsewhere?
Apparently, the guy's going to fly all over the country. I mean, this is what happens when you run with Tyler. You got to travel.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. This almost feels too easy.
Feels too heavy. 9.5? No thanks.
This is a pass.
Yep. Warriors are laying 8.5 to the Thunder. Warriors trying to stay out of the play-in. They currently occupy the final spot, not in the playoffs. They have the 6th seed. They are 11.5 games back of the Nuggets. They're 41-38. The Lakers are 40-38. So are the Pelicans. Clippers are 41-38 as well.
You want to lay this?
The Thunder are in the play-in, but they want to stay in the play-in. I mean, I'm taking the points here.
Right. Yeah, I don't want
give me the points. I mean, the Thunder they're gonna play their ass off tonight. This is I don't know, man. This is perfect. Let the public bet this thing up. Hopefully this goes to 9.5 and take the Thunder.
Oh. Seabass came in and said it's a trap. Lay
the Thunder?
Golden State, yeah.
Laying the points or taking the points?
Laying the points. I mean, taking the points. Taking the points. Taking the points, yeah.
I mean, they're 32-8 at home. Oklahoma City is 15-24 on the road. So the numbers would say that it's going to be an easy win for the Warriors, but the context in which the game is taking place has to be put into play.
Right.
I mean, neither team can lose. So it's a really big game.
I'm looking
for you East Coast people, this is an awesome game. Late night tonight, this is an awesome game tonight.
I mean, other than the Celtics and Sixers, is this the best game on the board? The most meaningful game on the board? It is.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Is this the Tuesday night TNT game?
Oh.
I think it's Boston, Philly. Oh, no. It might be. I don't know.
This game is on.
Should be on TNT tonight, but they'll probably.
I don't think so.
Lakers.
I don't think it is.
San Antonio Phoenix is 19 is the second game of the doubleheader.
Yeah, it's Boston, Philly, and it's there's only one game on TNT tonight. It's not two.
Oh.
According to the schedule on ESPN.com,
oh,
it's just
they moved it to 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern. Nice.
Yeah.
What they did there. Okay.
There's only one game, and there's no NBA TV game, which is really kind of well, maybe it's NBA TV. I mean, I know we can watch it here.
They day off yesterday to give the college basketball the showcase, and then they do a full slate today, and then they put one game on. It's kind of strange, but I mean, I would lay it before I take it. Actually,
okay.
I mean, with the young team on the road, Golden State's got to. I don't know. I hate the game. You have a side?
No.
Yeah, just don't bet the game. I don't know.
It's wild. Okay. So would you rather take a win for the Pirates or a win for the Sixers? Which
Today?
would you rather have? Yeah, which would you rather have?
The Pirates
Can't have
win.
both. You can only have both, but you only pick one. Which would you pick?
Mr. wants everything and has everything. I can't have both. I want fucking both.
You're not
But
gonna
if
have
I
both.
have to pick
You're
one,
gonna get
would
zero.
you rather?
You're
This
gonna
is
get
like
zero. You're not gonna get
play.
either. You're gonna lose them both. But
Pirates
but
are winning again today. Sir.
that's possible. I give you more chance in baseball than I do in basketball.
Yeah.
I need Jaylen Brown's status to be figured out, though. I haven't bet this until Jaylen Brown gets cleared.
Yeah, I'll take the Pirate win.
Yeah, you should. Because the Celtics haven't lost yet. They match up really well, and Embiid looks bored. So Boston, I think, is out there trying to send some messages. Fun game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't changing nothing in the standings, though, right?
Not
Nothing
for
will
like,
change
yeah.
now.
So in terms of
Sixers
who's
win, it
playing
don't
whom,
matter.
yes,
They're 2-3, right?
yeah, because they're 5 games back of Milwaukee. Boston's 2 games back of Milwaukee. The only thing that matters is if Milwaukee were to lose tonight, which would be stunning, Boston technically could still catch the Bucks, but the Sixers aren't catching the Celtics.
Damn it.
And the Bucks aren't being caught by the Sixers. So 1, 2, 3 is pretty much set.
Wow, Rainmaker just came in inside. Said try the triple P parlay tonight. Pens, Pirates, and Philly. Whoa. That's a PA parlay. Penguins, Pirates, and
I like the Penguins to win tonight.
Sixers.
I like 2 of the 3.
Wow.
I like the Penguins. I would do a Penguins Pirates. I would do a Pittsburgh parlay. Forget Philly. They've got Bucks have at Washington, home for Chicago, home for Memphis, and at Toronto left.
Wait, say that again.
They have tonight at Washington.
Okay.
Tomorrow, home for Chicago.
Okay.
Friday at home against Memphis.
Uh-huh.
Sunday, last game at Toronto. Like they got to lose 2 games.
Well, they're not losing 2. They could lose 1. They're not losing
right.
2.
So that's why that's why there's no real threat here of Boston catching Milwaukee.
And I mean, and the Sixers are 3 games behind the Celtics, you said?
3 in the loss column, yeah.
So there's only 3 games left for I think the Sixers only have 3 games left, right?
They should have 4 because Boston's got 4.
Okay.
Boston plays at Philly, and then they play 2 games at home against Toronto. What a weird scheduling quirk. Wednesday and Friday against the Raptors, and then they're home. The last 3 games are at home. Toronto, Atlanta. That's an odd that's a really weird scheduling quirk.
Yeah.
But good to be home. Philly they have 4 games left, and they have home for Boston, home for Miami on Thursday.
Okay.
At Atlanta and at Brooklyn to end the year.
And they're 3 games back. So they have to sweep, and Boston has to go over to jump them.
Yeah. Well, tonight, no, because if they win tonight, they'll be down by 2 with 3 games left.
Right. So
they could tie, I guess.
3 and 3 and 1. They would tie. Yeah, they got to.
Yeah.
They
could tie.
And Boston has the head-to-head, which you've eloquently repeated over and over and over.
3-0.
So yeah.
Good shot for 4-0 tonight.
All
if
right.
Jaylen Brown plays, good shot for 4-0 tonight.
All right.
For Boston and Philadelphia. So speaking of the Penguins,
yeah,
they are playing at the Devils. They are minus 130 favorites at New Jersey tonight.
Yes.
This is a big game for the Penguins, is it not?
Wait a second. The Penguins are dogs. What are you talking about?
What? Did I read it wrong?
Hold on.
You sure?
Aren't the Penguins at New Jersey today?
Yes. Aren't they favored?
The Penguins are not even close to being favored.
Oh.
The Devils are minus 150. It's plus 130, sir.
Oh, sorry.
And
I still would
it's
take
Caesars, it's minus 160. It's steamed up.
I still would take the Penguins tonight.
Why?
Because they need it more than the Devils do.
Oh, don't start with this need bullshit. You know what that leads
What do you mean?
You need to go to the bank after you bet it.
Okay, but the Penguins
that
need
needs
this.
it.
The Penguins are not in the playoffs at the moment.
All right. Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah, they are. Sorry.
reminding me of that.
No, they are. They're 1 point ahead. Sorry, they are by 1 point. Florida is 85 points. Pittsburgh's at 86 points. Islanders 87 points.
Right.
You have three teams being separated by 2 points. The Devils are in. The Devils are not going to catch the Hurricanes. They're 3 points back of the Hurricanes. Highly unlikely. They're 3 points ahead of the Rangers. This game doesn't matter to the Devils.
Stay ahead of them.
To who? Say ahead of the Rangers?
Ahead of the Rangers, so they have home ice.
Yeah,
They wanna
kind
play at
of.
home?
I mean, I guess, but it's still like not imperative that they win this game to have that happen. The Rangers play. They don't play today. They're off.
I looked down at the chat, and it said Matt has his glasses on and still can't read.
That's true.
They're not prescription.
You try doing what I do every day.
It's hard, and you got 15 tabs open. So I totally.
Today I have 3. Today I have a very few number of tabs because we kept on crashing. So I was trying to make sure we don't. If it was me, trying to make sure it wasn't me for crashing. So I only have 3 tabs open today.
Okay.
Light on the tab today.
I like the Devils. Sorry, I hope I'm wrong.
Wow.
I like the Devils. Yeah. I don't know. Again, I'm a little bit.
I'm on your team today. I like the Penguins to win today.
I'm facing the reality of the situation. I did the show at Wager Talk this morning, and Prez said it directly. He goes, if the Penguins do, because he asked me, do you think the Penguins are going to make the playoffs? I said, look at the schedule.
Yep.
I think they are. And he goes, and you're going to get swept by the Bruins. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be the guest on the show. What do you? I mean, I got to go listen to the BVB. I got to go do
Prez
the
is
show
my guy, though. I mean,
Perrault.
come on. Prez is my guy. Prez sent my daughter a gigantic box of toys when she was 4 years old.
Yeah. Well, he just
So he and I are simpatico.
That's great. He just he whacked me right across the face like this. I was like, what the fuck, Prez? Like, I know that. Thank you.
Yeah.
But he said the Islanders actually would have a more competitive series against the Bruins.
I told you that yesterday. You laughed at me.
Well, he's obviously watching the show or listening to the show. Thank you, Prez.
I told you. I said that yesterday. The Islanders they're a more competitive team than the Penguins are going to be personally. So yes, I agree with that point. Yes, 100%. I agree with that opinion. That the Islanders will be more difficult. Buffalo's got 81 points. Florida's got 85 points. 85 points is 1 point behind the Penguins. Who wins this game tonight?
Oh,
right?
Wow. I don't know.
Buffalo's the dog.
This is minus 190.
Uh-huh.
What the? What?
Right? Everyone thinks Buffalo's dead. The opinion is that the Sabres are not making the playoffs. They're dead. And it's just not true. It's a long shot, but they're not dead. The question is, can they win a game that's not 5-4?
No.
So that's my.
I was going to say this is a de facto playoff game, right?
It's 7.5.
7.5.
7
over.
It's 7.5. FanDuel's at 7.5.
They should be. Good number.
They're at 7.5 for this game. It's stupid.
Paid 7 over minus 120. It's only 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Because betting under. Good luck. You got to. I feel like the under is the play, but no way in hell. This is the
last time these teams play each other, right?
Oh, don't know. Hold on. Remember, the scheduling is weird.
I think it's
probably it should be, but the schedule was always really. This has been a weird year. So this is the last time they play. 5 games left for Florida.
They better win this game, right?
Well, they're home for Buffalo, home for Ottawa, at Washington, home for Toronto, and home for Carolina. So the top 3 games you better win because Toronto and Carolina probably are not wins.
Wow.
So you better win this game. But Buffalo's not dead. They're not out of it entirely.
What is their remaining games?
So Buffalo's remaining schedule is tonight at Florida.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they actually have they've got 7 games left. Wow. They got games in hand. At Florida, at Detroit, home for Carolina, at the Rangers, at the Devils, home for Ottawa, at Columbus. Buffalo's not dead, man. They're not out of it. They could sneak in. Sorry, Auntie. I don't think you're right about making that proclamation that Buffalo was dead 2 weeks ago. I don't think so.
If Buffalo loses, they are out of the playoffs.
They're tonight?
I don't know. That's what I'm just looked down.
That can't be right. That cannot be right.
I don't know.
Mathematically, that can't be right. They have 81 points right now.
Who does?
The Buffalo Sabres.
Uh-huh.
They're 4 points back of the Panthers, and they're 5 points back of the Penguins. How would a loss tonight eliminate them?
Well, that would mean they would have 6 games left, which is only 12 points.
Yeah, but Ottawa's got 80 points. They're not eliminated. Red Wings have got 77 points. They're not eliminated. The Capitals have 77 points, and they're not eliminated.
Right.
So how in the world?
They're not mathematically eliminated, but people are saying that they're done. I don't
take
know.
Buffalo. If that's the case, bet Buffalo then.
Shot. Yeah.
If that's the case, if their year is riding on this game tonight, I bet Buffalo. I'm not trusting Florida. No way.
Right.
That Panthers team you're asking for it.
Well, this will be fun to watch. This is good to know. I'll keep an eye on this game. Looking at the schedule. Jeez, is this the game of the night?
No, next game is Oilers Kings.
Ooh, Edmonton and LA.
This is the game of the night. Kings are a home dog.
That's what I'm watching tonight at 7:30 Pacific.
Kings are a home dog. Like, what is this?
I can't wait to watch this. This will be good. This is a good education game.
Hell yeah. I don't think is the line right? I don't think so.
What do you mean?
It's up to minus 142. I got a plus 118.
Yeah.
On the Kings.
Yeah.
At home. This is a team that's 25-9-4 at home, and I have them as a dog. I get plus. Wait.
Did they just play last week? Like 2 games ago? Flip, they play up in Edmonton, I think.
2-0 win for the Oilers at Edmonton.
Right. It was a hell of a hockey game, too.
Mm-hmm.
Play the same way? Play it to the under? I think we played to the under.
It's 6.5 juice to the over.
I know. I think we played to the under again.
Possible. I mean, it's a playoff game. This is a
man. This is good. This is good stuff. This is a good education game.
We'll
Don't
see
the Kings win this one?
That's what I think. Yes. Yes.
Right.
I think LA wins tonight. Yes.
Live. Yes.
It's a real fun game. In-game it, see how the first period goes if you want. And then finally for hockey, the Maple Leafs are laying 166 on the puck line. What's the highest puck line price you've seen against Columbus tonight?
Ever?
Ever. Like, what's the highest you've seen?
I mean, the Avalanche were minus 650 closing line, money line against the
but what's the puck line?
So the puck line was minus 320 or 350.
But it wasn't 2.5?
Well, no, the minus 1.5 was minus 350. The minus 2.5 was minus 200. Lay 2.5 and lay 200. Or
this is getting up there for prices. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
To lay a goal and a half, I gotta not take a goal and a half. I gotta lay a goal and a half, and you're charging me how much?
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to
but Columbus is
in
awful.
The last week and a half of the season.
Yeah.
Bad.
I
mean, you want anything? Would you consider taking Columbus plus 2.5?
Well, no, I just take Toronto money line.
Right.
Put it in a parlay, which I've got embedded to book it here in a little bit.
Oh my. Okay.
Baseball we go.
Yep.
Padres, D-backs, Darvish, Galen. It's a good game in the West.
Yeah, it is. Did you see the Padres last night, by the way? Walk off back-to-back home runs for the first time ever.
I did not see that. Wow.
Yeah. And
all right, they're starting to play better. That's good.
And Don Orsillo is still one of my favorites of all time.
He's unbelievable.
It's so good. Like, I was not really interested. And then, I mean, thank God there's other accounts too that kind of do it, but they just post the highlight.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh my God, this is great. They did what? And then I go back and watch it. I'm like, Arizona had them. They were getting to the window. Back to back, bottom of the ninth. Let's jump around.
Kim with the walk-off. How about that?
Awesome. Yeah.
5-4. Poor
Awesome.
D-backs. And now they've won 3 games in a row after opening up 0-2.
The Padres have.
Yep, the Padres, which is good. You like Darvish tonight?
Day game Darvish. The game's at 1:00. We'll have it on this afternoon. No, I like the Diamondbacks.
Really? After all that, you like the Diamondbacks?
Yeah, I didn't like
Feeling
what I
good.
saw of you at the WBC.
Fair.
So it's probably a play against. I don't know if we're getting a big enough plus, to be honest, but the Diamondbacks have a couple guys in their lineup. They look like they're going to be competitive a lot more than some people thought. Some guys told me to watch out for the Diamondbacks in that division. I now know why.
Well, they're 2-3. I mean, this is their best pitcher on the mound. They lost 2 of 3 to the Dodgers. Oh, sorry, no, 2. They took 2 of 2. It was 2-2, 4-game slate. That's pretty good. Won 2-1 on both times. Lost 10-1. Lost 8-2. So they'll win the close games and get blown out in the other ones. So now it's a question of what's this, a blowout or a close game? I guess they lost 5-4 last night. So we'll see what the comeback
Put it in the
is.
chat, boys and
Yeah, it's a good
girls,
game.
if you're here.
Who
SD
wins?
or AZ? Who you taking in the day game today? Watch the chat flow for those of you still here, which, by the way, there's still more people here now than there were. I don't know where they come. They keep finding us later in the show. It's just great. We might have to consider moving back the start time of the show on certain days just to experiment now that we have over 1,000 subscribers, which again
Not
is
opposed.
awesome.
Not opposed.
Right? Monday
No.
and Wednesday, we do it at a certain time so you can go teach. Tuesday and Thursday, maybe we push it back, and Friday's the roll call Friday. Like that's what the show is right now. So we'll see.
Interesting. The
Wow, look
Marlins.
at this. We're split in the chat. SD, 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 AZ, AZ, SD, SD, AZ, AZ, ODU. God bless you, Mikey. Awesome.
Of course. Yeah. So Marlins are taking on the Twins. It's Alcantara against Maheda. Total is 7. Marlins are scuffling in a big way. They need the stopper today.
Bargain price on Sandy?
Yeah, not going to see many 140s.
It's minus 135 in some places right now, son.
Yeah. Yeah. I would, yes, Marlins.
Oh, man. First 5 under?
Game under.
This looks like a first 5 under. Let me see this. First 5,
Marlins.
3.5.
Their offense is. That's why I couldn't bet it.
Damn.
Marlins run line first 5 was even money last night. Almost bet that.
Minus a half.
Uh-huh.
Those of you new to baseball betting, the run line in the first 5 is usually minus a half. In the game, it's minus 1.5, which means you have to be leading after 5 innings if you take them on that. That's what you like, first 5, Marlins?
No, I didn't bet it.
Oh.
I bet the under instead of the game.
Under 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could see it.
I can't trust this Marlins offense. Even if they win, it's probably 3-2.
One of the guys that I've done shows with in the past, not currently doing a show with, Donnie Rightside. Remember him from LA? He loves these team totals and has, changed my life a couple of years ago when we started doing it. He was always talking about team totals. Minnesota Twins team total under today against Sandy. I would look at that number. Under 3.5.
It's supposed to be 3.5, but it might not be.
Yeah. Check that.
Let's see. Team totals for the game. 3. Juice to the over.
Right.
Minus 114.
Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to go under
push.
3.
You got to push.
Right.
A solid number gets you a push.
But the problem is if he only goes 6 and they get to the bullpen.
Well, he gave up 3 runs in opening day.
I would have to think that's the most he's given up again against this lineup. Not
Yeah.
impressed with the Twins lineup so far. Nothing personal, Minnesota
Right.
or Twins fans, but lineup leaves a little bit to be desired against a good pitcher.
Just a little. Herman against Strom for the Phillies. Am I saying that right?
Let's see. We're at.
Yankees, Phillies.
Yep.
Over.
Oh, 8.5, 9. What's your number? 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's 8.5 everywhere. First thought is over.
My first thought, is over.
Yeah. Jeez,
Phillies.
the Yankees may destroy lefties this year.
That's why.
I mean, usually that's like a lot of times that's a good thing, but throwing a lefty, a mediocre, or a guy that may end up with some balls.
And the Phillies can score. Herman can give them up.
Right? Yeah. 9, 8.5. Ooh, 8.5.
I like the over.
Over. Okay.
Mets and the Brewers. You have Scherzer against Miley.
Damn.
Total's 8. Kind of a heavier number here for the Mets.
I don't know what to make of these Brewers.
Agreed.
I have no idea yet.
Not yet. Agreed. Need more. Need
no
more data.
idea at all. Shit, I don't know.
It's a tough game. I lean Mets. It's because I don't know. I don't know what the Brewers are yet. They're 3-1. Where they're scoring. They have a +12 run differential through 4 games.
I think we got to just bet against the Phillies, period.
I got into a brawl with somebody on our Discord channel about that. And they got all pissed off.
And the brawls with
no, they're all mad. And I said nothing personal. I'm fading the Phillies. I don't think the Phillies are going to be good. I think the Phillies are going to struggle all year. I think they're going to give up a ton of runs. They're not going to score enough. And they got all pissy and mad. They're just like, we're going to get Harper back and we're going to make a run. We're going to win the division. I was like, okay, you can think all of that, but I'm telling you, I'm betting against your team. I don't think the Phillies are going to be good.
That could happen. Like that when they get Harper back, it's going to change the whole dynamic of the lineup.
Okay. When's he coming back?
No, Hoskins is going to be a problem. Like that he ain't coming back.
Nope.
Yeah, he's not coming back. So
you're just asking a lot of young players who haven't been asked, the Bones of the world, these guys that they step up and do things they haven't been asked to carry lineups before. The bottom of that lineup is not good. That 6, 7, 8, 9, not good. Get away from Turner, top of the lineup. Yeah, Schwarber is going to hit bombs. Turner's really good, but the depth is not there.
Yeah.
It's a top-heavy lineup to me. But yeah. And then finally, Red Sox are 4-0 to the over against your Pirates tonight. We going again? Over?
Yes. What's it even a debate? I gave you all them stats. Did you not hear the stats at the beginning of the show?
This is a pretty easy bet. Just bet the over.
I mean, for the people that missed it, the Red Sox first 4 games have featured a total of 18 home runs and 63 runs scored.
By both teams.
That is the most runs scored through 4 games in the history of the ballpark. Fenway Park opened in 1912.
Yep.
Okay. And the Red Sox rotation has allowed 22 earned runs and 10 homers in 15 1/3 combined innings this season. That comes to a 12.91 ERA.
Oh.
That's the ERA and homers allowed are the worst in the majors. Now, if you needed any more nudge, okay,
to the over.
The Pirates starting staff has allowed 8 homers so far, which is the second most in Major League Baseball.
You know what the final score is going to be, right?
2-1.
Yep.
Maybe 3-2.
Yep. Yep. It's exactly what's going to happen. It's like that's just going to be. We're going to give out all these numbers. We're going to predict all this stuff.
Yeah.
And someone's going to throw a no-hitter. Like it's just going to be like.
Wow.
Someone's going to come up and someone's going to throw it like where did this come from? Like a combined
is it going to
no
be
hitter?
Meta?
No, like a combined Red Sox, like it will be a pitcher goes 5, the bullpen goes 4, no hitter type of thing. Right. And everyone's like, oh, so much for that. Because the second I saw the tweets, Superbook, always the books. Red Sox are 4-0 to the over. Does it continue? I was like, oh gosh, here they go. They're setting it up.
Right, they're all boosting it, right? They're all boosting
they're
it today.
all-
Got the Red Sox
all
over.
saying-
We've taken it from this to this. Oh, yeah. Oh,
They're
I mean,
setting it up.
the Ramises and the parallelograms are betting this under.
Yep.
I mean, this is classic. They'll bet under all week
Mm-hmm.
just because they want to be right that one time. They're absolutely going to bet this under nonstop. I just want to say it because, like, they send me notes like for MLB stuff. They actually put in there today that Contreras is the pitcher for the Pirates' name, but his first name is Roansy.
Thank you. Yes, you can say that.
Roansy.
What do you know about him?
Let's see. He's got last season with the Pirates,
Yep.
18 starts, 3.79 ERA in
Oh.
21 games.
Not
And he
bad.
was acquired from the Yankees in 2021 as part of a 4-player package for Jamison Tyone.
Oh, the tie-on deal. Okay.
Yeah. And he appears ready to make the jump to the frontline starter in 2023. I just know phonetically they put the name sometimes for me now.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Phonetically. So Roansy.
Good.
So I could say it right. I just wanted to say it because
Oh.
it's literally pronounced like that or written out like that on my note.
That's good. All right, we got 10 minutes to roll
Let's
here.
go.
So let's go
All
to
right, let's
better
go. All right,
better to
let's
book
go.
it.
Come on.
Better to book it time. There
Yeah.
will not be bonus BVB today, by the way, guys. So no bonus time. We're gonna
Unless we do this really fast, then we can do 5 minutes of bonus VBV time. But
No, we still need to give the full for Sports Grid. So
Oh, yeah, that
Oh.
takes us right to the out. Perfect. Go.
yes, to the
Yes.
end. So we can't
Yes,
do that.
yes, yes. Good.
The Vegas Golden Knights last night were laying -125. That's now been jumped up here. Vegas last night impressed the hell out of me by winning on the road against the Wild. I don't care if it was in a shootout or not.
Right.
That's a big win for Vegas.
Yes.
Nashville got spanked by the Dallas Stars last night. Vegas money line. I got -125 last night.
Yeah, why so light? Oh, back to back.
Yep.
Back to back.
But they're both on back-to-backs.
Who's playing net? Do we got confirmation?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. It's going to be Saros for Nashville, but he got torched last night.
Right. Are we getting quick?
Either or. I'm good with Brossois or Quick.
I'd rather have Brossois.
Fair.
This is scary. This is scary. I don't think this is that easy. I'll bet it, but reluctantly.
Yeah, I'm fading Nashville at the moment after what happened last night. Push on the 5-1 under last night. It is Jonathan Quick confirmed. Lankinen might be in. Lankinen's probably in net.
All right, we'll change it. We'll book it.
You like Lankinen?
No, I go against Quick right now in this one. We'll book this one.
Lankinen is I would not be backing Lankinen with the way the Knights are scoring goals right now.
Yep.
And they're so good on the road. Vegas is so good on the road. It's
very good.
I like them a lot here. Just on the money line, you can win it any which way.
Yep.
Yeah. Lankinen is 8-7-1 on the year. So this number confused me too. I know why they put it where it is because it's back to back, but I am going to jump in, or I did, with the Kraken over Vancouver on the road. It was only -115 last night.
This is you know what's happening here, right?
What?
This is no. They want you to bet the Kraken. What are you doing?
It's okay, and I'm okay, and I'm going to take the Kraken.
No,
they want me to bet. Vancouver is not playing for anything. They're out. They're eliminated.
All right.
I'm going to do this late in the year. Teams that are eliminated versus teams that need the win. Seattle needs the win. They've got to keep going, and they looked really good last night.
Birthday boy, you can have this one.
8-1, 8-1 last night.
Yes, this is catnip, like you like to say. We're only this much, and now I don't know. The Robinsons and the Perrault 100% are on Vancouver with the books, and everyone else will be on Seattle. But that doesn't mean anything anymore.
No,
absolutely
not at this point in the season.
No, I'll book it though. I'll book.
I mean, Seattle is 24-10-4 on the road, straight up. Vancouver is 17, 19, and 2. I
They're
know
going to be
what,
a problem.
it's a trap. It's a trap. I mean, they're going to be a problem. This is what I said on the juice last night. I said, I understand what the books are doing here. It's, you're going to look at it. You're going to go, Seattle's really good. Why is it number 115? This doesn't make any sense. And it's a trap because Vancouver, they think is going to win the game. I get it. But at this point in the year, there's a different level of urgency between Seattle and them on the road versus Vancouver at home. And there's a rivalry there between Seattle and Vancouver. I mean, it's not a big one, but there's a city rivalry there because it's close. So I like the Kraken to win tonight.
Total 6.5. Bet over that, no?
I'm gonna stay away from totals. I've convinced myself to be aware to stay away from totals right now because it's tough. There's so much data. And there's so many inconsistencies going on right now about when teams are not in it. Like they could get killed. Vancouver could lose the game 5-1.
Yes.
And then you're on, and then you lose.
Right.
So like last night, I bet under 6 with Nashville, thinking, okay, Saros won't give up 5. He did and lost 5-1. Game pushed. Closed 5.5. You bet it late, you won. You bet over, you won. I bet 6 under overnight and it pushed. So I just pissed me. And so like, I'm trying, if I can stay away from totals, I'm going to stay away from totals.
Right.
Colorado, Toronto money line was only minus 120 last night.
What is it now? Parlay.
Yep.
Parlay. All right. This is, Toronto. Wow. Minus 430. What? And Colorado's at San Jose, minus 240, minus 250. Put those two together, and you only get what? Minus 120?
Last night, yep.
Oh, my.
Toronto and Colorado both need it, and they're taking on 2 of the Bedard teams.
I mean, we got to bet this, but, God, which one gets you?
Neither. Colorado, I guess, could lose
San
on the
Jose.
road.
Right, yeah, San Jose maybe.
I guess, but come off of it.
Come on. No way.
Be a huge loss for Colorado. This is a game they have to have.
Yeah, this got to be a winner.
They have 96 points. Minnesota has 98. Dallas has 98. Can't be allowing these teams. I mean, Colorado could win the division and play a wild card team, or they could play Dallas or Minnesota. Who do you think they want to play?
Wild card team.
So
it ain't even close.
There's a lot of motivation to keep winning for the Avalanche.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then Red Sox money line, Celtics money line.
Come on. Get this
birthday
bullshit out of here.
Birthday parlay, baby. No. Let's go.
You heard the chat. They're coming with the Pittsburgh parlay. I want to almost do
Sox are winning today.
Sixers. The Sox are not winning today.
Sox are winning today.
They're losing.
They're winning, and they're win tomorrow too. They're taking 2 out of 3. I told you that yesterday.
Man, oh man.
Celtics are gonna go sweep Embiid right back to the bench.
That might happen. That might happen. Wow, SoCal DJ jumped in the chat and said the Maple Leafs lose tonight. What a call that would be. Outright loss?
No.
What?
To Columbus?
Come on, man's
bro.
working. He's working. I mean, come on.
Come on, bro.
Congratulations on the job.
Nice job, man. Ain't happening, though. Sorry. Happy for you.
I'll book this one. You know I ain't rooting for this shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Is
and
this
then finally,
the BBB? Like the Celtics? The Bruins don't play today.
This is just a Boston Red Sox Patriot Massachusetts Matt 4-4 bet.
They don't even play tomorrow. That's right. Nope. The league gave off the Bruins all week
for 3 days till
ready
Thursday
for the Stanley Cup run.
Crock
of shit.
Finally, under 7 Marlins Twins.
Yes.
I hope.
I mean, it's too early in the season to do the baseball B squared play.
Okay.
But I feel like with the 1,000 subscribers, like we should do it, but I don't want to force it.
Okay.
But
I hit 3 in a row. You've hit 3 in a row. By the way, hit 3 in a row.
Under.
On the BVB squared.
Yeah.
You've got 3 in a row. So there you go. All right. 3 minutes. Favorite thing about today is what?
3 minutes. Favorite thing about today. 1, the Pirates won yesterday. 2, that it's your birthday today and we get to do the show. And 3, we hit 1,000 subscribers with the only help being each other. We ain't got nobody pushing nothing. We ain't got nobody helping shit except helping each other.
And the brigade. I mean, they're
That's
helping.
what I'm saying. No,
Yeah.
in the brigade.
Yeah.
I mean us, meaning me, you, Farra, and all these guys from all over the country, all over the United States, all over Canada, all over Australia, England, wherever you're at. Somehow we found a way to meet here and talk about sports, and talk about life, talk about family, friends, and all the other shit that everyone else has going on in their life. Thank you. Thank you. That's my favorite thing about today. And I hit the mark.
Good job. Two things. The first, the 1,000 is an amazing, really, really cool thing, and I can't be more appreciative, thankful, and excited about what you guys do for us and the energy you give to us. Because when I see a video that I've never met anyone in that video except for Tyler. I've met Tyler.
Right.
But you guys, like, that's amazing. Like, we don't, I feel like I know you feel like you know us, but like, we don't, but you do take the time to do that. So that was really, really special. I shared that with my family, and my family were like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. I can't believe this. And I was like, this is what we do every day. Like, this is who we talk to every day. This is why, when I say this is the best show I've ever been a part of, this is why. Like, this is what my, you know, the feeling of it is, and what it makes me as a longtime media person, grizzled, grumpy, you know,
all the above,
angry, whatever word you want to use, you know, person who has been in this space for a long time and seen a lot of nasty shit over the years.
A lot.
That this is something where I look at people in our business and I just go, look at what this is. Like, look at what this is. No, you don't have this. No one has this. You don't have it. You don't, like, I've seen, there are so many shows out there that do stuff. Show me another gambling show that has this. Like, like, it's just, I know you could say the numbers of other shows are much bigger. That's fine. I'll take us. Look, I'll take us, man. I'll take this over anything, period. Not even a blink in my eye to take it and go, you want that? Now I'll take this. Thank you very much. I'm good with what we're doing. So really, really thankful, really, really appreciative. And finally, I always just bring this up. And one of my favorite quotes from Martin Luther King is, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. And I really feel like that's what we try to do a lot, is that there's a lot of darkness in the sports gambling space. There's a lot of darkness in the media space, and we try to be that light. We try to show you guys that there is other things out there. Martin Luther King was assassinated in 1968 on this day. I've been tied to him my entire life. The song Pride by U2, whenever, first thing I do in the morning, I listen to that song, and I listen to Happy Birthday to Me by Cracker. It's just an annual tradition that I do. But I'm always, today, I always take a second, and I always say to the audience, take a second and just read some of the things that Martin Luther King said. And more of, if we lived more like that, I think we might get along with each other a little bit better, or have a better outlook on life. So again, we try to be the light, but darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. We try to be that beacon. We try to be that light for you guys every day when we come on. Thank you. Sorry?
I said at the ish.
Yes, at the ish when we come on. Whenever it is.
Try to do that every day.
Thank you, Brigade. Thank you for being here. The subscribe button, if you haven't hit it, hop on in, hit the like button. All the fun stuff. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition. Sports Grid, thank you. Goodbye. YouTube and Twitter, we're signing off as well. Back tomorrow. Farra, Dave, Perrault for